This is probably the view that Don Faulkner had when he became inspired with the Wintergreen vision. Somewhere in the early 70s, I met Don Faulkner, and being a native of both Nelson and Albemarle County, and having an interest in preservation and botany and ecosystems, I bought into Don's vision. And I bought into that vision because there was a promise to protect all of this. That's what drew me in, and I never looked back. Protecting ecosystems, protecting rare areas in this old narrow section of Blue Ridge, I was in.
I'm very fortunate that I've been, part of this community for over 35 years. And during that entire time, I've had the opportunity to work with the Nature Foundation, to benefit from all the programs that they offer. The Nature Foundation is really the foundation of the community and the outdoor environment that we celebrate when we live here. Wintergreen property owners and their guests get a whole lot out of the relationship with the Nature Foundation. It's science-based. So whether it be kids programs that are focused on educating children about the natural environment, if it's the science that they bring to big projects that we're involved in, supporting us through the Atlantic Coast Pipeline, trying to understand that challenge to the community, managing pests, emerald ash borer, and our wildlife here, bears and deer. That sort of connection with nature and the science behind the nature is a really special part of the Nature Foundation and Wintergreen.
At the Nature Foundation of Wintergreen, our goal is to facilitate research. And the way that happens is we are trying to partner with as many organizations, whether it be colleges, VCU, Virginia Tech, UVA, or groups like the Smithsonian Environmental Research Center, which we've been heavily involved with over the years. Basically to increase our base knowledge on whatever topics that we might be able to find that they would come and use our property in order to study. Current studies that we're dealing with is a 10-year climate change plots with Virginia Commonwealth University and Catherine Holshoff. We started this last year, put in the plots, and it's supposed to go for the next 10 years, take us right up to 2030. We monitor 6 different water quality stations where we'll go on a quarterly basis and get different values that we're measuring for. So we're trying to ensure that our stream quality is consistent. We want to always be able to ascertain whether or not it's us influencing it or it's the environment influencing it. So the Crawford's Knob stations are pretty much our baseline.
Hi, my name's Dennis Wiggum. I'm a senior botanist at the Smithsonian Institution. It's a fantastic place to do research, located in the Blue Ridge, where there's not only a fantastic archaeological setup, but also a lot of great things to study with nature.
We're in a very special place at Wintergreen here. These ecosystems on Crawford's Knob are probably 4,500 years old. This is what Stony Creek property owners see when they look toward the mountain. And they can have the assurance that based on 2 conservation easements to protect this place, one held by the Nature Foundation, one by the state, that their viewshed's not going to change. And they are host to a little prehistoric postage stamp of time in here. We have 15 scientists from every single discipline who serve on a committee here. And they're attracted to Wintergreen because they can come here and they can do research. And the research piece, it's not just research, because in order to get people to understand and protect ecosystems, you have to be able to translate research into education. The Nature Foundation is not only serving and protecting and giving science-based reasoning for managing the forests here, but with the educational piece, we're educating thousands of students a year.
I work with Kathy Driscoll, who is the Director of Education here at the Nature Foundation. I've had students who really don't get out into the fresh air and get out into the woods, and bringing them up here where they really haven't connected with me in the classroom, you just see them light up and you see that they love to collect data and they love getting in the streams and they love being outdoors, and they really didn't think that they were an outdoors type of person. But with environmental journaling and getting out and doing different things, you see the kids light up and you see them experiencing things that they've never really gotten the chance to experience before.
I was the kid that went on all the walks and talks provided by the Nature Foundation, and I asked millions of questions. The Nature Foundation is making sure that the pulse of this forest community is okay. And they do that through the observation of annual surveys or quarterly surveys, and they do that by having researchers come up here and learn about as much as we can. And then they roll that over and they give that back to the community and everybody here through programs like the Wildflower Symposium, lecture series, walks, talks, hikes, workshops. When I was the youth program coordinator here, I got to watch the excitement in me blossom in the next generation of outdoor stewards.
Having the Nature Foundation, we can let those students experience those type of things. Without the Wintergreen Nature Foundation, we really wouldn't have that avenue. Even the help of the educators at the Wintergreen Nature Foundation, trying to take 75 kids into the field by myself wouldn't happen. So the support to get the children outside, to get the students outside, is one of the things that is the best about the Nature Foundation.
The Nature Foundation is tremendously valuable. It offers a chance to be out in nature on the trails, wonderfully maintained trails, and it offers an opportunity to meet people who are your neighbors and those who just come up for the weekend, beautiful fall weekends, and want to hike and experience what it has to offer.
The Nature Foundation is your active steward here of all that is wild and wonderful and beautiful about this place. And it is your quiet, it is your calm, it's your sanctuary, it's your escape.
I think by far the most unique thing about Wintergreen is that you have 11,000 acres of protected space to escape, to immerse yourself in nature. And the Nature Foundation is really the passport and the protector of that part of Wintergreen. And that has just added so much to our experience and gives us such reassurance that we can be part of protecting that treasure here at Wintergreen.
We were drawn to the beautiful nature here, but then we realized after spending more time here that this doesn't just happen, that it's the Nature Foundation, all the dedicated people who spend so much time and effort keeping this beautiful place natural and alive.
We've been property owners for over 3.5 decades. I've watched my children grow and prosper in this wonderful environment. The board has taken a look to our future, and we see that there's going to be more and more demands on our services and the needs for this foundation to support the vision of the founders. We plan to raise $4 million over the next 5 years, hence we call it Endowment 2025.
It's critical that we do this, that we have Endowment 2025 to make sure that what is here today is there for everybody tomorrow and into the future. So if you enjoy watching the sunrise come over the mountains or sunset go down, at being in the last touch of light as it filters off in the sunset, or turning over a rock and seeing a salamander, or listening to the barred owls calling to each other at night, then you enjoy this place as much as I do, and you want to make sure that other people get to experience and enjoy this just the way we have.
Here we are, over 50 years from when the dream started, and Wintergreen is still intact. Wintergreen is still incredibly beautiful. The promise has been kept, and what we need to do going forward is to maintain that promise, because that's what makes this place special. Wintergreen is an incredible place for any number of reasons, and all of you hearing this become part of that legacy.